everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing my go-to look. I've done it in quite a lot of my covers, my chatty videos, lip swatches, that kind of thing. It is very similar to stuff that I've done before. I'm using products that I use all the time. These are the products that I would use if I'm doing this look because I know that they're going to stay on my face for the longest time and they're going to do the job that I want. If you want to see how to get this look, then please keep watching. Starting off with my brows, I'm using my NYX Micro Brow Pencil, followed by the Tame and Frame in the shade Chocolate, and I'm just using the spoolie on the end of the pencil just to run through my brows, and then I am mapping out the shape as I always do. So I'm starting off by creating some hair-like strokes with the pencil just to get an initial shape. And then brushing through with the spoolie just to keep all the hairs in place, and then using an angle brush and the Tame and Frame, just running that through the brows to get a more sharp shape. And then again with the spoolie just to make sure that everything is in place. Now I'm using tape to create a sharp wing, so I'm popping that in the corner of my eyes and prepping my eyes with my usual favourites, and I'm dipping into this shade from my Zoeva Warm Spectrum palette on a fluffy brush to use as the initial transition shade. Then I'm using the slightly darker shade with a more precise brush, running that through the outer corner and pulling it up into my crease, and then going back into the fluffy brush to blend that all together. And just building that colour up by repeating those steps. Then I'm going into my MAC Warm Neutrals palette and dipping into this more dark purpley plummy shade on a pencil brush. I'm focusing this on the outer corner, building up the product, and then using the fluffy brush just to blend it all out. I'm going to warn you, there's a lot of building and there's a lot of blending. So back in with a clean fluffy brush, and this is the one that I use to set our primer, again just to blend everything together. Now for the lid, I'm going in with my Maybelline 24 Hour Colour Tattoo, and I'm popping this all over the lid space so that whatever colour we put on the lid stays there and it is nice and pigmented. Mixing these two shades together, I'm using this as my lid shade, but you can use whatever shade you like, and I'm popping this all over the lid. And then going back into the transition shade, just to blend that out so there isn't a harsh line. And then going back into the darker shade that we use on the outer corner, just to make sure that there is a seamless blend between the lid shade and the outer corner colour, and then back into the darker shade from the MAC palette, just to make sure that we're building up the colour. So I'm going back and forth with colour and a fluffy brush just to make sure that we're getting a nice gradient. Now I'm going into the black from my Zoeva Warm Spectrum palette, and this is the most pigmented black I have ever found, and as you can see I've hit pan. I'm going to be really sad when it's gone. So I'm just building this up in the outer corner, and I'm doing this quite a few times, packing the colour on and blending it out, and I'm just doing this until I've got the gradient and the intensity that I like. And then going back in with the fluffy brushes and then back into the transition shade just to make sure that everything blends together. And of course touching up, and I just continue doing this when I do my makeup. I just kind of keep blending and I keep adding and touching up. That's just kind of what I do. So you can blend and add as much as you like or as little as you like. So I'm just going back in with all the brushes that we used before just to make sure that everything blends in together nicely, and then touching up on the lid space as well and making sure that there is a nice blend between the lid colour and the colour in the outer corner. Now for liquid liner, I'm using my trusty Poundland liner, and if you haven't picked this up, you need to, it's amazing. I am not doing a wing, I'm just lining the top of my lash line, and then when I get to the outer corner, I am not taking it up into a wing, I'm blending it out so it blends into the black in the outer corner. I'm removing the tape and doing any touch-ups to make sure the line is nice and sharp. I'm tightlining top and bottom waterline with my NYX Très Jolie, and then using this combo of mascara on the top lashes. So with this look, you can put whatever colour you want on your lid. These are the colours that I have used in the past, which have worked really nicely, but you can use whatever colour you like. This is why I love this look, because it is so diverse. Now I'm just adding some lashes and then moving on to the skin. So I'm prepping my skin with my Nivea Men Post Shave Balm. Using my MAC Pro Longwear foundation in NC25. I'm using a kabuki brush, putting this all over the skin as this is the foundation that for me, at the minute, it's the one that I found that lasts the longest. I'm using a little sponge. This is one of the mini miracle sponges from Real Techniques just to blend in any more precise areas. And for concealer, I'm using the MAC Pro Longwear concealer. This is in NC20. I kind of rubbed it between my fingers and then just put it under my eyes and onto my forehead. This is quite a full coverage concealer, so that's why I'm using it for this look. Just blending that all in with a little sponge. I'm doing the same on my jawline and on any blemishes. I'm going in with my Maybelline Dream Lumi Touch, popping that under my eyes to brighten, just along the wings to make sure that that is a nice sharp line, and then on any extra areas that I wanted to conceal. And again, blending that in with the mini sponge. Don't know what I'm doing, I think I'm singing to myself here. And then going in with a brush just to make sure that it's all blended nicely under my eyes and in the areas that the sponge didn't quite get. And again, touching up that nice sharp wing. Now to set the concealer in place, I am kind of baking, but more just pushing the powder, which is my RCMA No Colour Powder, pushing it into my skin on the areas that I put the concealer and as well on the areas that I know I will get oily throughout the day. So it's kind of like baking, but not leaving it on for so long. And after I've done that, I'm just powdering the rest of my face. Now to contour, I'm using my Wet n Wild contouring palette, going to the contour shade just to contour the usual places that I would: cheekbones, forehead, nose and jaw. And for bronzer, I'm using my L'Oreal bronzer with my nice big fluffy brush from Primark, just to bronze up the skin. And then taking the powder brush just along the jawline just to make sure that is a nice sharp contour. For highlight, I'm using my Goddess of Love highlighter from Makeup Revolution, using a fan brush, just popping that on my cheekbones, my nose and then my Cupid's bow. And then just blending it together and doing any touch-ups. Now back to under the eyes and going in with our transition shade along the bottom lash line. Then doing the same thing with the darker colour that we used, but focusing that a little more on the outer corner. Then back in with the more purpley plum shade, focusing that on the outer corner. Then pressing the black into the outer corner just to make sure that it mimics what we've got on the lid. And blending it all together. And then popping mascara on the bottom lashes with the same combo. I'm just doing any little touch-ups, just making sure that there isn't any glue showing from the lashes and that everything is nice and precise. Now moving on to lips. This is my favourite lip liner to use. It's from New Look and it is just a nude lip liner, which I love. So I'm lining my lips and filling them in slightly. Then going in with my NYX Liquid Lingerie over the top. I love this combo for every day, or if you wanted something to pair with a bold eye. And that is the finished look. I hope you guys liked it. This is my go-to and it's been in quite a lot of videos and I've had some comments asking for a tutorial on it, so I did. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Give this video a like and I will see you in my next one. Bye!